We are all to everyone. We are housekeepers, we are maintenance, we are IT consultants, counsellors, chaplains, nurses, managers. So we always liken ourselves to swans on the lake. You know, you hear that adage, everything's calm and quiet on the top, but underneath you're paddling away like mad to get everything organised and calm.
Right. Yeah,
we start at 7:30 and we go in and we have a taped handover. We come out, we are told if there are any changes, any updates. We've allocated patients to staff. We've looked at what might be going on during the day and spoken through a few situations that we might have to deal with. You have your group of patients to look after, but then you have the unit to support as well. So as the nurse in charge, you will go around and see everybody and see how all the patients are and the relatives that have stayed. And that's really where you would start your day. It's about complete and total care, and we're looking at all sides of care. So we're looking at care for the family, care for the patient, absolutely everything that goes into making them a unit or that person a human being. To be a good nurse, you have to be a human being first, and you can't help but empathise. And you do question yourself sometimes that you don't want to get too hardened against this side of life. You don't want it to become something that occurs every day, because it's got to mean something. If it doesn't mean something to us, then we can't be the best support for that patient. We have to understand what they're going through. That sort of quite heavy feeling. We had a young lady who died, who was mother to two young girls. I think they were 9 and 7. And one of the little girls, she knew her mother was dying, but she did come up to us and say it was the best day she'd ever had because she'd been happy and she'd spent time with her mum. And although we were all behind the scenes in pieces because it was so emotional and so touching, it was absolutely the right thing to do. And that those young girls will go away with a good memory. And it is sad because that's an awful part of life when people have to separate, and that's what patients fear most. It's not death, it's not for themselves, it's the people they have to leave behind. And as any human being with family, you very much connect with that. But we have our own ways of dealing with it. I go home in the car, I put my music on very loud, and Leanne, I scream at the top of my voice, and I think I sing beautifully. But by the time I'm home, it's, you know, home is my family and my life. We are busy. Sometimes we can be extremely busy, but we have it in our minds that busy to us isn't just the practical side. It's the sitting down and the listening. It's the recognising that somebody's in a low mood or feeling lonely or vulnerable or upset that a relative has gone. That's what's important, I think, to a palliative care nurse.